So today we'll be discussing Google buses, for-profit colleges, and the new president of the Ukraine. So, Google buses. One of the biggest controversies that's been rocking the Bay Area in the past few months is Google buses. They are a result of the influx of workers from Silicon Valley's tech industry to San Francisco. Some see Google buses, with their sleek size and darkened windows, as a symbol of gentrification. San Francisco currently has the same income inequality as developing nations. Some fear that gentrification, helped by the Google buses, will force out San Francisco's poorer residents. However, others argue that the tech industry is an integral part of the Bay Area, and high-skilled workers moving into San Francisco will decrease crime rates and increase property value. Muni's Google Bus plan claims it will regulate private commuter shuttles. However, it actually lets private buses pull into Muni bus stops. It also exempts businesses and schools from making up for the environmental impacts of their buses. What is your opinion on Google buses?
I don't really have much of an opinion on them. I think they fog traffic a little bit, but I think that they're fine to be around.
What about gentrification?
Gentrification, I think, is a really complicated issue, and that it's bad in both ways, because you want communities to grow, but at the same time you don't want them to be replaced.
Google buses don't bother me. I can understand where some people are upset with Google because there's all these high-paid techies and people who are struggling to get by feel that these Google buses are sort of taking advantage of city bus stops, and they're already privileged to begin with. So I could sort of understand where they're coming from, but I think it's kind of ridiculous to stop Google buses and protest so strongly. I think there's other issues that might need more attention than just Google buses.
And what about gentrification?
Gentrification, especially in San Francisco, is a problem. It is forcing many people out of the city, people who work and make the city run every day. So if they can't afford to live there, why would anyone commute into a city where they're going to get paid very little money? So I could see where that is a huge problem. And the rise in rents and crowding people out, that does not make for a healthy city.
Okay. Something more relevant to high school students. College. Everyone knows that the college system has its flaws, but most people don't realize the terrible price of for-profit colleges, like the Academy of Arts University and University of Phoenix. For-profit colleges are schools run by private, profit-seeking businesses. According to Suzanne Mettler, author of Degree of Inequality, the average student attending a for-profit college ends up paying $32,700 worth of debt, while students attending a private college owe on average $17,700. Alumni of for-profit colleges have a hard time making the money back they owe with the low-wage jobs they can get. Nearly half of all student loan defaults come from for-profit colleges, even though only 1/10 of students go to them. Government subsidizes for-profit colleges. They make huge campaign contributions. The University of Phoenix paid $11 million in campaign contributions, twice as much as Goldman Sachs, Time Warner, and Walmart. Miss Landau, you had a friend who attended a for-profit college. Tell us about her experience.
Yeah, so she went to this for-profit massage school because she was hoping to be a masseuse, but afterwards she wasn't able to find a job. So she went to this other for-profit college to be a kind of doctor's assistant, and that one didn't work out for her either.
Did she have any debt?
She did end up with debt.
Now we bring you Ukraine. Petro Poroshenko, the billionaire chocolatier, was sworn in as Ukraine's new president on Saturday, June 7th. He called on separatists to lay down their weapons, but also offered amnesty to those who are without blood on their hands. Poroshenko also insisted that Ukrainian would remain the primary language of the country, but promised new opportunities for the Russian language. He took power a day after meeting Russian President Putin in France. Despite the outreach to Putin, Poroshenko said he will not accept Russia's annexation of Crimea. Crimea was, is, and will be Ukrainian. There will be no trade-off, Poroshenko said. The conflict started after violent protests ended in the ouster of the pro-Russian president, Viktor Yanukovych. Seizing on the opportunity, Russia Russia annexed Crimea, and the government in Kiev and some of its international partners, including the US, worry that Russia is poised for further incursion into Ukrainian territory. Poroshenko has remained friendly with both Europe and the United States. I'll be putting a hold on this story for you for now. See you later.
Time for the shout out. The most common name in the world is A. John, B. Mohammed, C. Christian, or D. Isaac. Shout it out if you know it. That's right, the answer is B. Mohammed.